David Goggins, Eric Thomas, Inky Johnson. Your environment is so vital because it can honestly make or break you. Every man must search his own soul. What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy T Millions, aka Ty, and I'm back with another video, man. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff for the algorithm, and be sure to follow me on all platforms at T Millions. But without further ado, let's jump into the video, man. So a lot of y'all may not know this, but like the last 2 or 3 years of me going to the gym, mind you, I've been going to the gym for about 7 to 8 years now, consistently probably about 5, 6 years now. And within like the last 2 or 3 years, going on 3 years now, whenever I go to the gym, you know, I listen to guys like David Goggins, Eric Thomas, Inky Johnson, Andrew Tate. The list just goes on and on when I'm at the gym. I don't know what it is, but when I'm at the gym, like those guys just really push me to that next level. Me listening to rap music and, you know, just any type of music, it just don't hit for me no more. It doesn't. And one thing I've realized is that they just get me in a different mode. They make me really push myself. And it came to the point where I was starting to listen to them more and more outside of the gym. So even if it was a podcast or, you know, on their social media, you know, I would listen to them guys a lot more than normal. Fellas, it's so crazy because I honestly haven't had an iTunes account in about a year and some change now. Like, I'm on SoundCloud religiously, and if you look at my SoundCloud playlist or, you know, just like the songs that I'm listening to, it's a lot of the David Goggins, you know, motivational speaker with like some type of background beat in the background. And so the point of me saying that is I talk about environment a lot. Your environment is so vital because it can honestly make or break you. It can honestly make or break you. And with your environment, it's more than really just the physical aspect of things. If you don't have that brother that you can depend on 24/7 or that mentor that you can depend on 24/7, your environment could be somebody like a David Goggins or, you know, whoever is somebody that you look up to or like how they carry themselves. You listen to them on a regular. And that's what I'm currently doing now. I listen to these guys on the regular. Like, what you listen to plays a part of your environment to really just level up. And I'm saying all this to say because literally just 2 days ago, it was a normal Saturday. For a lot of you guys who don't know, on the weekends, I do have this part-time job where I umpire baseball games. And I was an ex-baseball player, so me umpiring is very easy. It's very fast money, and we get paid really, really good, right? And I've said this plenty of times, and I'm not gonna go too into detail, but right now I am prioritizing working on side hustle type jobs, so I don't have to be tied down to a 9 to 5, because at the end of the day, me talking to y'all boys, me getting y'all into the best version of yourselves will be my quote unquote 9 to 5, right? But I'm not gonna jump into that. But anyways, it was a normal Saturday. I did not go to the gym this particular morning, but I woke up, did my normal routine, and depending on the day, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. You know, sometimes I come across on social media, you know, these different motivational-esque type guys, right? And I'm not gonna say his name yet, but I reposted one of the videos because it really hit. You know, it hit very different. And I was like, you know what, I relate to this. You know, I like the message. So I reposted it on my story to, you know, show my followers, right? And I would say it's probably like 6, 7 in the morning. I have work at 9 a.m. The first baseball game started at 9 a.m. And, you know, I get game 1 done of umpiring, went smooth. Now we're on to game 2. All right. And we're about 90% through with the game. And I turn around, right? Because as us umpires, you know, we're always analyzing the field, analyzing the crowd, you know what I'm saying? Quick glance. We have a good eye of, you know, just understanding the environment, because that's part of our job as being an umpire. And I'm not joking. Imagine me right here. I'm behind the plate umpiring, so I'm like really the head guy on the field right now. I take a quick glance over this shoulder, which is my left shoulder. I take a quick glance left, and I seen the exact guy that I had reposted on my Instagram story. All right. And soon as I seen him, I knew it was him exactly. I didn't have to double take, triple take, and say, is that really him? Is that? No. From the first moment I looked at him, I knew that was him. And that man was Inky Johnson. Now, at all places, I'm thinking like, what is he doing here? What is Inky Johnson doing here? And the fact that I posted him on my story 2 hours ago, mind you, David Goggins, Andrew Tate, Inky Johnson, you know, I've never seen these guys in person before. Not one of them. Inky Johnson is the first. And the fact that I reposted him on my story, it's not by coincidence. So this entire time in my brain, I'm just thinking like, man, what am I going to say to him when I walk up to him? Because I'm going to walk up to him. I'm going to let him know how, you know, the things that he says out here in the world has helped me stay on track. Each and every single guy that I told you about, they keep me mentally focused and stay on me 24/7 to make sure I don't get too far off track. I can ultimately say they help my body go from looking like this to this. And like I told you guys, I've been listening to these people pretty much every single day for like the last 2.5 going on 3 years now. And so in my brain, I'm just thinking like, what am I going to say to him? What am I going to say to him? Because at this point of the baseball game, we had like 15 minutes left. And I was like looking back like every 5 to 10 minutes just to make sure that he didn't leave. And I was also trying to keep track because it's a crowd behind us. We're at a baseball park. You know, it's like 7 other fields. So if anything, if he does walk away, I'm trying to catch whatever direction he goes in. So I'm like constantly looking. But I have on shades, baseball shades, so you can't really see my eyes. So yeah, you see me turning my head or whatsoever, but nobody knows where I'm actually looking. And I'm kind of just peeping him the entire time, making sure he doesn't leave. And just so happened he was still behind, you know, my particular field when the game had ended. And so when the game had ended, I'm not lying to y'all boys, I walked straight up to him and I said, I know a great when I see one. It was literally just like that. I know a great when I see one. He kind of like chuckled a little bit, said, how you doing? I said, I'm good. And I said, man, you won't believe this. And I don't think nothing happens for no reason. I pulled my phone out. I showed him the Instagram story that I literally just posted like 2.5 hours ago. Showed it to him. He said, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. Right? And then I told him that I listen to guys like you, Eric Thomas, Andrew Tate, you know, David Goggins, a lot. Just about every single day. And that is crazy that I'm seeing you here right now. And he said, I appreciate this. I appreciate that. And then soon as he got done saying I appreciate that, I said, man, hey, we live by this. We die by this. Every man must search his own soul. And if you know Inky Johnson, that is one of like the main headliners that he said when he was coming up that just went viral. And as soon as I said that, he started dying laughing. Like, not like in like a, you know, like that was mad funny, just more of like a, man, that's crazy. It was more in a way like, man, that's crazy. You know that. You feel me? Like, and I'm pretty sure like he was a football guy. Like, he's at a baseball park. Like, it's not really, that's not really his like bread and butter. So like, I'm pretty sure like he just like, hearing somebody say that from a whole different aspect that he's probably not used to is probably like just crazy to him. So, yeah, I tell him that. And I asked him what he's doing out here. He said his son was playing on one of the other fields or whatever. And I kept it short and simple. I ended up taking a picture with him. And I ended up leaving. And yeah, man, I can say that nothing happens for no reason. I can truly say that nothing happens for no reason. That's the big G-O-D above, you know. The quote that I did tell him, it hit so hard for me because we live by this, we die by this. Every man must search his own soul. We don't retreat, we don't fold. It doesn't matter if we're outnumbered. And when he said this, is like, what are you really chasing? What's the lifestyle that you're really searching for? What's gonna give you that fulfillment? What's gonna, you know, get you to that next level? And are you just gonna retreat when times get hard, when you face a little adversity, or are you just gonna always keep pushing? And that's what I took from it. So somebody like me who's really trying to take off with this coaching business and this coaching stuff, like, I can't retreat, I cannot fold. You know, speaking on my behalf, I will not fold, I will not retreat, I will keep going. It doesn't matter who's with me or who's against me, I could care less, because I know that it's going to work out in the long run. And that quote just hit so hard. Like, I got quotes from all of these different guys that I listen to, and Inky Johnson, that quote in particular is just one that stands out to me the absolute most. So my question is, man, what are you willing to give up? What are you willing to sacrifice to get what you want out of life? It's for the taking. Everything that you want is for the taking. It's just on the other side of sacrifice, doing the boring stuff every single day, and not being afraid of rejection. If you can stay on top of those three things, I'm telling you, it's gonna work out. And matter of fact, if you're following my journey, I'm gonna show you what's on the other side of staying locked in, doing the same daily task every single day that's gonna move the needle forward, and not being afraid of feedback, understanding it. So with that being said, man, that's the video. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. For the algorithm, you know, follow me on all platforms at T Millions. If you're looking for a brother to work with in those trenches, in that dungeon, you know, like I say over and over, I'm not the man that I want to be, but if you need a brother to keep you accountable so you can be the man that you want to be, as I'm trying to become the man that I want to be sure to click the link in the bio. I say it over and over again, but you know, I'm not a coach for everybody. I will stay on you, but you know, in order to grow, you cannot be comfortable. You cannot. So I will put you in a lot of discomfort for you to ultimately grow. So like I said, click that link in the bio and let's get to work, man. And I'll catch y'all boys on the next video. Peace.